The first message that we have is, I went too far this time. Wow. That's the first thought coming through, and it's accompanied by a strong masculine energy, a heavy energy of impulsivity. There's an undeniable sense of venturing into uncharted territory. I'm also being drawn to this person's ego. Their masculine ego has led them into this unfamiliar space when it comes to you, divine feminine, and it's as though their soul won't let them rest until they figure something out about you. In their attempt to discover or search out something about you, they've ventured into a situation they now feel they can't control. What's so interesting about this energy is that, despite feeling out of control, they can't seem to stop. It's as if something is pulling them, guiding their attention to certain information about you. This feels different, though. This could be a divine masculine who is deeply rooted in the 3D world, someone who focuses heavily on the external, physical world. That's where they get most of their signs and synchronicities. But this time, something feels very different. They might be tapping into spiritual or higher information, and it's making them nervous. On one hand, your person feels like whatever they're diving into is beyond their understanding, beyond what they're used to. On the other hand, there's a drive, a hunger, an impulsive energy that won't let them stop. If you feel your masculine's energy at this time, if you feel their presence in your energy field, many of you may even notice disruptions in your day-to-day life, or when you're trying to sleep. It's almost as though you can feel them in your energetic or auric field. This masculine energy is actively searching for something, and it's making them nervous. Yet, their soul won't allow them to stop. There's even a bit of ego involved, as though they're trying to prove something to themselves about you. This energy feels driven by something your person can't quite comprehend, taking them into what seems like another dimension. They are someone who is highly focused on three-dimensional, physical information, but now they're being taken into a space where the information is completely different. They might struggle to understand what they're encountering. It seems as though they've been here before when it comes to you, divine feminine. Their curiosity about you runs deep. There's something about you that compels them to look deeper, to study you. But now, their curiosity has led them to a point where they're stopping themselves, thinking, okay, I went too far. I went way too far. Yet, their ego and impulsive drive push them to continue. Let's get the next message here. Wow, the next message is, you had me completely fooled. I keep picking up on this heavy ego energy. When it comes to this masculine, this is someone who might not be able to put everything into words, but they have a deep understanding of the energies involved in the masculine and feminine coming together. This is someone who understands that every connection has a spirit or underlying energy attached to it. They're now realizing, through the information they've been led to or are seeking, that the perceived energy of your connection was completely wrong. They also feel like they didn't do their due diligence before getting involved with you. You'll know if this applies based on how this person showed up. If you've observed them, divine feminine, you might notice they are very calculated when it comes to relationships, particularly with feminine energy. They seem to understand, on a deeper level, that they aren't entering these situations on equal footing. This masculine is incredibly emotionally intelligent, so much so that they pay close attention to the feminine energy they're engaging with, whether they're pursuing someone or already in a connection. They do this to understand where the connection might lead and how the energy will play out. I keep sensing something about the underlying energy of the connection. Your spirit and soul coming together with theirs creates the overall energy or spirit of your relationship. Your person entered the connection wanting to maintain a certain level of control, carefully gauging your energy, how you carried yourself, what they thought was your personality, and your ways of being. Based on their assessment, they decided early on how they were going to treat you. I'm getting the sense that this is something they do in every relationship. They measure how they will show up in the connection based on how the feminine energy interacts with them and carries themselves. But whatever they thought they understood about you in the beginning, they're now realizing they were completely wrong. They may even feel like you outsmarted them. Perhaps you also have a similar approach where you conceal certain aspects of yourself until you know who you're dealing with. This is what's driving your person right now, and it's why their ego is so involved. They feel as if they were outmaneuvered in some way, as if they're only now coming into information about you that they should have known from the start. This dynamic is really intriguing. It feels like something is happening in the 3D that's affecting this masculine deeply, pushing them to seek out new levels of information to make sense of everything. If you're wondering how your person currently feels about you, they definitely believe they misjudged you. They feel as though they completely misread your energy, which in turn has thrown the underlying spirit of your connection out of alignment or made it feel off to them. Let's get to the last message here. The final message we have is, all roads lead back to you. So, Divine Feminine, if you're wondering why your person's soul keeps being drawn to you, this is why. The universe keeps aligning things in such a way that they're continually led back to you. But it goes even deeper than that. No matter the circumstances, you keep appearing in their life. This could be a connection where you are in physical union or have access to this person in the 3D world. Yet, even when they're not in your presence, they still feel connected to you. They have uncanny encounters in their day-to-day life that make them question many things about you. If you're currently in separation from this person, or if there's distance between you, the signs are even more intense for them. It's like a daily thing, with flashing red signs featuring your name everywhere they turn. This isn't normal for them, and something about it feels really strange. The universe keeps leading them back to you, and it's so intense that, for some of you who might be dealing with third-party connections, or if your person is in a karmic relationship, there's still evidence of your energy lingering around them. This is why there's an underlying sense of impulsivity driving them to figure out what's happening. Their ego is also involved, especially with the feeling that they've been outsmarted, or that they didn't get full access to who you truly are, your personality or your heart space. This makes them feel as if they need to find something out about you. On top of that, every single path seems to be drawing them closer to you, to your energy, or to information about you. If you're wondering why this is happening, it's because the way the universe is aligning your energy with theirs is raising major red flags for them. This could be tied to where you are on your personal journey or where this masculine is on theirs. It almost doesn't make sense to them, and they're trying hard to make sense of it all. There's something powerful going on in the 3D. Anytime a masculine goes through these types of shifts and changes, especially when they're having all these soul-level experiences in the physical world, it's usually because something major is about to shift. Your person can probably feel this, but they may not be able to put it into words yet. It's as though their soul is trying to make sense of things, but it's beyond their current realm of consciousness. First message, I went too far this time. The masculine energy feels pulled toward the divine feminine in a way that's beyond their control, almost as if their soul won't let them rest until they figure something out. Despite their usual reliance on 3D, physical world facts, they're being drawn into unfamiliar spiritual territory. They feel an intense drive to explore this connection, even though it's making them uncomfortable and challenging their understanding of themselves and the relationship. Second message, you had me completely fooled. The masculine realizes they misjudged the divine feminine at the start of the connection. They've always gauged relationships by assessing feminine energy to maintain control. However, they now see that they completely misunderstood the feminine's true nature, which is making them feel outsmarted. This is causing their ego to be heavily involved, as they feel compelled to learn more about the divine feminine and why their initial assumptions were wrong. Third message, all roads lead back to you no matter the circumstances. The masculine keeps encountering signs that lead them back to the divine feminine. Whether they're in physical union or separated, they constantly feel her presence and are bombarded with reminders of her in their daily life. The intensity of these signs is pushing them to figure out what's going on. Their soul is urging them to understand why the universe keeps aligning them with the divine feminine, even though it's outside of their current realm of understanding. Together, these messages reflect the masculine's deep spiritual pull toward the divine feminine, their realization of misjudgment, and the universe's persistent guidance leading them back to her. If you don't forget, then write in the comments about how your day went. I will definitely read it. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, like and subscribe channel.